Hmm. Uh, huh?
You're listening to Cryptid Clues, featuring your hosts, Taylor Field and Reuben Olson.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cryptid Clues. I'm your host, Reuben Olson, joined by our big boy, Taylor Field. This episode features very little pre-planning as we have just a bit of fun to celebrate our 50th episode. We don't need anything big and flashy, except for our big and flashy 30-second shilling moment where I tell you to go ask us questions over at our email, cryptidclues@gmail.com. Check out our website at CryptidClues.ca and join our Patreon for as low as $1 for ad-free exclusive content and more at patreon.com/CryptidClues. Finally, you can find us on almost all social media. With that out of the way, Taylor, it's episode 50. How do you feel?
Oh man, I feel pretty good. This is a huge milestone. I remember when we got to our 10th episode, like almost, well, would have been over a year ago now. And it just feels so good to be at this point at the big 50. We're halfway to 3 digits now, which is absolutely fantastic. But that's, again, like you said in the intro, we didn't want to hone in on a topic or anything. We just want to have some fun, cover some trivia, and maybe some other things we'll talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things you just mentioned there was episode 10. And when we first started out, you threw a statistic at me that most podcasts don't make it past a certain number. What number was that?
I believe that was episode 10.
And we're 5 times past that now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This has definitely become a big part of our lives in the past year or so, hey?
Yeah, and I do feel bad because we didn't do like a yearly special. This is going to count as that and double down as it.
Oh yeah, we're
50.
retroactively fixing it.
Exactly, yeah, because just the year went by. I thought, holy smokes. We had kind of a rocky start. Like we did a recording for our like pre first episode talking about ourselves, and then we took a little bit of a break, and then we got some more episodes after that onto the feed. So our actual like birth date for this show, I think it's a little murky, but here we are. You know, we are officially at 50.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to come up with a birthday. We're gonna have to go back, figure it out, see what works.
Yeah.
So, Taylor, I believe our main starter here is a bit of cryptid trivia. Now, I know I went into this with very little pre-planning, which is why I kind of shadowed it there at the intro. I've only got like 5 questions, and I'm going to ask you, and I'm probably going to ruin some of the questions on your list to ask me, but let's fly right into it, see if you can figure out all the answers. There aren't really any rewards, but there's probably some punishments down the road. I'll probably bring you some bad food at some point. So, to start us off, which cryptid is short, has orange hair, and lives on the island of Sumatra?
Island of Sumatra?
Yeah, I was hoping that would throw you off. I think it's worked.
Wow,
you're
short
struggling.
with orange hair. Why am I
Yeah.
struggling with this?
Short and orange hair. You got this. Definitely turn down your headphone volume a little bit. I can hear a bit of an echo.
Short with orange hair? We've talked about this on an episode, haven't we?
I mean, it's a very common cryptid. Oh, you should be able to get this one. I am just baffled. First question in, everybody. And
Okay.
Taylor is stumped. About as stumped as this short little cryptid.
Short with orange hair. I'm
He's
mad
got
that
orange hair, and he's almost got orange in the name. You just have to drop the E. Change the pronunciation.
What, orang?
Yeah? Yeah?
What, an orangutan?
Oh. The disappointment.
I'm just putting myself. I feel like I'm being screwed with here. Orang? This does not sound familiar
So
to me.
this is that kind of moment when you know you're walking into a test or something and you have all the answers ready, and the very first question you look at it, you overthink it, and then you lose everything.
Oh yeah.
Everything's gone. This is the empty moment in Taylor's mind.
Orang. I'm sorry, I don't know. This is baffling me.
I don't want to really deck this one out, but he carries around a nice pen. It's the Orang pen deck.
Orang pen deck. We haven't talked about an orang pen deck on the show, have we?
No.
No, this name totally eludes me. Okay, give me a brief thing here. What is an orang pen deck?
It's Bigfoot in the island of Sumatra, but he's like 5 feet tall. It's like a hobbit Bigfoot.
You keep saying island of Sumatra. I don't even know where Sumatra is.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure she's a hero in Overwatch.
Really?
Symmetra.
Oh, Symmetra.
It's different spelling though. But yeah. All right. Let's see if I can stump you with another trivia question. Oof. Which cryptid is the 13th child in its family?
Ooh, isn't this the New Jersey Devil?
Oh, you did it. You got it. Okay. The second one, the knowledge has come back.
God's back.
You're 1 for 2 so far. Let's see if you can get the rest of them right. You're not going to get the rest of them right. These are terrible, terrible questions. Which prehistoric predator is most plausibly lurking in the depths of the ocean?
Prehistoric predator?
Oh, yeah, this is very open-ended. I mean, there's like...
A megalodon?
Ooh, you did it.
Well, that was actually it. I had a backup.
Yeah, that was the next one. You got it.
Good.
All right, let's see if I can get you with the final 2. You're 2 for 3. We've got 2 more to go. Which cryptid can move up to 100 miles per hour and probably likes lamp memes?
Lamp memes? Oh, Mothman?
Yeah, you did it. Well, before I pass it to you and you ask me a bunch of trivia questions so I can look like a fool, here is the final question. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
I'm trying to be clever here and cheeky, but I don't remember the response that he gives that bridge keeper.
You don't need to give me the actual Monty Python quote. I wrote down as an acceptable answer. Depends on how fast and furious Bigfoot can spit it out.
I definitely wouldn't have got that answer. Okay. 3 out of the 4 or 5? 3 out of the 5 correct. I'll take it. That's not too shabby.
Yeah, you got 3 out of 5. And honestly, one of them was completely unfair. The first one was surprising.
Symmetra. Oh my goodness. So, yes, now it's your turn, Reuben. I got a whole stack load of these here. And to give you some credit and merit too, we weren't sure when we were going to record this episode, actually. And it just so happens that we were talking today, and you mentioned, like, oh, I got today free. I'm like, oh, well, let's just record today then. And there you have it. We're recording. Yeah. So I had a little bit more time to prepare. So your first question, where is the Loch Ness Monster from?
Oh, I know this one. It's from Europe. Scotland.
Yes, I was worried there for a second. Okay, good. You got 1 right.
That was a very easy answer. Oh
yeah. I'm just trying to
pressure.
Get you warmed up here and get you into it. Okay, your next one. Where is the Ogopogo from? Specifically, the name, not of the province or the area, but the actual name of the body it resides in.
Okanagan Lake?
That is it. You got it.
That's super easy. We literally live next door. You're asking me to look out my window, essentially.
Okay. What year was the Patterson-Gimlin footage shot?
Oh, that would be in 1964? 1965? Oh, good God. No, you've ejected this knowledge from my brain.
Rejected with those easy questions like Scotland and Okanagan Lake.
1946?
1946? No. I will say that's definitely very much earlier on by...
Yeah. Oh, I should have known this one. Now I'm just... You know what? There we go. That's how I retire. I forget all my cryptid knowledge.
Any answer you want to just stamp the submission?
It was, when was it recorded, right? The year?
Yeah, the year it was shot in.
Okay, because I probably couldn't even answer where right now. Give me the year.
1967.
Oh, I was so close.
You were insanely close. Very,
I knew
very
it was in the
close.
1960s.
Definitely. Okay, so nothing there. Moving on to your next question. What is the name of the area to which the Mothman sightings occurred in the 1960s?
Idaho?
More specific.
No, I don't know. I know that Mothman's been seen in like Fukushima.
Really? Been seen in Fukushima?
Well, around the time of like major incidents like that, yeah.
Oh. Well, the area was Point Pleasant.
That would have been a pleasant point to make.
So, your next question. Give me 5 different names for Bigfoot like cryptids.
Oh, that one's easy. I can do that. That's so Bigfoot, Sasquatch.
Not using Bigfoot. 'cause
Oh, that doesn't
Bigfoot-
count. So
That doesn't
Sasquatch,
count. Okay.
Yeti, Booger, Urine, Grassman.
Perfect. I should have made you pick more because I have a whole bunch of other options on there.
I probably would have nailed most of those options.
Yeah. Okay, bravo. Let's see here. During World War II, U.S. pilots began reporting odd balls of light or shiny metallic spheres that could fly circles around their planes. What were these UFOs called? Missionary lights, Foo Fighters, pilot lights, or silver spots?
Foo Fighters?
Final answer?
Sure.
You got it. Brilliant.
I pity the Foo.
So we got a fill in the blank one here for you. The blank Dogman was witnessed in 1887.
The blank dog man? Oh, I'm coming up blank. The blank dog? Is it literally one word or can I fill it in with more?
It's literally one word.
The blank dog man. Like a color? Like a...
It's not a color, no. It's a pretty well-known term.
I'd like to use my lifeline.
It is name of a place. That's probably going to give it to you.
I'm thinking of like the Beast of Bray Road. That's the name that's coming into my head.
It's definitely not that. The blank
Michigan
Dogman.
Dogman.
Oh, he's got it. I was worried there too for a second. Okay. Which American state were the Sierra Sounds recorded in?
In the Sierras. No, I don't know. You're asking me to name states now? Come on, I was homeschooled.
Okay, I'll narrow it down for you. Was it in California
Arizona?
or Nevada or Arizona?
In Nevada. Arizona.
California.
Oh.
I believe the Sierra Nevada mountains are actually like right up like in that northern part of California.
It's funny how like all of our pre-existing knowledge is just gone for this.
Well, it just happens when you're put on the spot. When you get like an open book exam, which is what the reviews and episodes we kind of do are, open book exams. And then in this case, like, oh, it's test day. So
It's all built up to this terrible 50th episode.
yeah, this is where we get canceled. People are like, oh, these guys don't know anything. And we're going to have to close the show. No, we're going to keep going. We're not stopping. What cryptid is often attributed to sucking the blood of livestock?
Chupacabra.
Oh, I didn't even have to finish the question. God damn, he's on it. What is the name of the dinosaur-like cryptid similar
Macaulay
to
and Bombay.
He's on fire. Holy crap. All right, since he's so on point, how many days total was the Dover demon seen for before vanishing completely?
3 days. 2 days?
My
1
facts
day.
found
5 minutes. He was only
Nice.
seen for several seconds. Are you kidding me? 1 second, Taylor?
1 second. It was super quick.
Oh, man.
2 days though.
What?
April
I did get it right.
21st. You did get it. Well, yeah, you got it right in there. Yeah. April 21st, 22nd, 1977. So very, very close. I'm going to give that one to you though. You pretty much.
Yeah, I
nailed
deserve it. I had a lot of answers, and all of them had to be right.
All right, here's a tricky one. How many frames of Bigfoot were shot during the Patterson-Gimlin footage?
Whoa, how many frames? There's like 54 frames or something.
Seconds, I believe there was around that, but frames,
264?
negative.
What? Negative numbers? That doesn't make any sense, Taylor.
Very advanced cameras back in the day. There was 952 frames.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense considering the film was like, I think the full thing with them on horseback is 11 minutes or so.
About that, yeah. Yeah.
But the actual scenes of Bigfoot, is that what we're
was only-
talking about?
Yeah, only the Bigfoot stuff, I believe. So that was like 30 seconds or so.
And they're all blurry.
Yeah. Okay. Which cryptid is the Pokemon Zapdos based off of?
Thunderbird.
Oh, he's got it. He's back in the game.
Well, I know that Zapdos is an electrical Pokemon and a flying Pokemon and a legendary. So clearly it had to be a Thunderbird.
Absolutely. So, how many years of UFO sightings have occurred at the Skinwalker Ranch? 100, 200, 300, or 600?
I'm going to say 100.
No.
Ooh. 600?
No.
What?
One more chance. Can you rebound here?
200.
No, it's not 200 either.
365.
It's definitely in the 300 range.
Oh, it was 300 because that was the only other option then.
Yeah. Sightings go back to the 1700s as far as seeing UFOs in the sky around the Skinwalker Ranch area. What year did the Roswell spaceship crash occur?
Wasn't that in the 70s? 50s? Oh, I don't know the exact year at all.
One I believe is 1947.
Oh.
And here we go. What cryptid is known to throw rocks at people when out in the
Bigfoot.
wild? Yeah, he's got that one.
That was an easy one. Come
It's
on.
very easy. And here's one that's kind of like a little movie-esque. What year did the movie Exists release?
In 2008.
No.
2013.
No.
2007.
No.
2002.
Nope.
1946.
Yeah, you got it. Yep. 2014. You were so close with that one pick. But yeah.
Those were good years.
2014.
Yeah, that was right after the world started to get crappy.
Yeah, it was like 2012 hit and everything went downhill. I feel like, the calendar ended, but it wasn't the end of the world. It was just kind of like maybe a little like blah kind of.
It was like the downward slope. You're going down the hill on your crazy carpet, and for the first 5 seconds, you go, wow, this is really fun. And then after that, once we get to 2015, you're like, I'm in danger.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all I got for my trivia questions, though. So we're going to jump into a next topic of discussion that we're really, really looking forward and excited to announce here. Reuben is going to divulge all the details here, but we are going to jump to an ad break and be right back.
Oh, man, I had a perfect segue for that.
Did you? Do you want to do it now?
Well, you know what? How about let's do one more question, Taylor.
Okay.
How long is this ad break going to be? Welcome back, everybody.
Oh my gosh, man. I think you got a lot of listeners there too. That was good because you freaking got me with that. Good Lord.
I didn't think I'd be able to recover after you just dropped an ad break.
You
Like,
recovered.
That's one of my main responsibilities on the show.
No, you certainly recovered. So, Reuben, lead us into this amazing idea that you had.
Well, I am pleased to announce that soon we'll be releasing a new series of episodes titled Haunt of the Grassman, in which Taylor Field, and possibly more, plays the role of a city dad who takes his daughter on a camping trip. Don't worry, you get to self-insert as yourself, but I have to add some bit of background for you. A mystery unfolds, and that's about all I can tell you plot-wise without ruining it for the player himself. We'll see if anyone else joins him on this journey. For these episodes, we'll be using D&D 5th edition rules with a little homebrew and extra content to make this suitable for the real-world setting we start out in, hint hint. There will be many beasties, cryptids, and variant rules not found in regular D&D content. Taylor, I plan to have you self-insert as much as possible into this character, who will definitely have a different name and slightly different background than your real self, considering you'll be playing a father who has a daughter, but all of your pre-existing knowledge can be worked in, and you can use any real-life scenarios as examples for your mannerisms or progress as you go. Just a little preview for you, Taylor. One of the very first locations you roll up to in the start of the story is a gas station that I've titled Skookum Chucker's Guzzle and Gulp Stop, where you meet the shop owner, Griff.
Oh my gosh.
There will be exploration, puzzles, combat, and plenty of mysteries to unravel, as I'm sure we'll get thrown way off course instead of following my hard worked out and written campaign.
Yeah, you pitched this earlier, and I'm not going to divulge a lot more of the details and specifics that you unveiled with it, but this just blew my mind, and I got super, super giddy for it. So
Everything I've said about it is pending to change, of course, but yeah.
Well, yeah, you're going to be putting a lot of hard work and time into this, and basically it's going to be a cryptid adventure, just with unexpected things happening, but just many aspects of just cryptid components incorporated into the story, which is going to be really, really exciting and awesome to experience. And I think we were talking how the first episode that we do is probably going to be about like an hour, 2 hours long, roughly, depending on the playtime. And we'll put like the first episode on the main feed, and the rest we're probably going to replace as being those behind the scenes kind of episodes we were doing initially, like each month kind of a thing. Those will probably transition into more continuing episodes of us doing this experience.
It'll be proper Patreon content.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm sure given enough time, we'll release more episodes on the main feed too, but it'll definitely be like a one episode to start and then Patreon only content for a little bit. Gotta hold some of the juicy stuff behind the curtain.
Yeah, a timed exclusive for sure. And again, it's not going to affect main episodes whatsoever. So you're going to be getting those main episodes of you and me dishing out news and topics and cryptids, and then Friday episodes as well, campfire clues, and people come on the show sharing their experiences and encounters. So that's definitely not going to change. But yeah, we want to pump out more content and tackle more things just so that everyone has something that they can really dive into. And this just seems like a fun freaking time. And I have pitched it to a couple other individuals who may very well join me, because you said that you have this story written out for maybe like 2 to 3 campers, correct?
Yeah, I can easily do it one-on-one with you. I have an NPC in mind that I can kind of help guide you along to start, but it would be a little bit more enjoyable banter-wise if we get maybe another player or two involved. Gives me a little less work to do as a narrator, because I definitely want to do all the guiding and not all of the dialoguing between you and nobody else.
Yeah.
But I can make that work because I have done that in the past.
So I'm curious, how far are we gonna take this? It's one thing to have a visual video portion, but I mean, if we're doing audio, we gotta really kick it up a notch. Are we gonna put in like sound effects and all that kind of fun stuff?
I don't really think we'll need a ton of sound effects. You know, we can probably drop a little bit of music, maybe drop a couple little sounds or something funny if it comes up. But editing-wise, D&D is a theater of the mind type game. You can definitely play it with miniatures on a table, rolling dice around, doing all the fun stuff, but it boils down to pen and paper and talking, which honestly is perfect for a podcast. There's many D&D podcasts out there. There's lots of video series of people playing D&D, which maybe dives a little bit more into the miniatures or just people's faces as they express themselves solemnly trying to role play. But This is something totally suitable for us. I think it's going to be easy. It's going to be good. And there's going to be very little work involved on your part. You just have to partake.
I like the sound of that. So I'm curious, where did you get this idea to like create this campaign? Because I mean, you have a lot of experience with D&D, and to come up with a campaign outside of using the books, this is very impressive.
I think it probably stems from the fact that I used to try to DM in the past, and I never had a ton of successful campaigns because I didn't have a lot of committed players. But I have been in campaigns as a player a lot for the past year, and it's given me that itch to run my own campaign again now that I can successfully snag some people to do it and invest their time into it. Mm-hmm. That alone, I have all the books. I have all of the things that help you build a campaign. I have all of the rules ready. As far as this campaign goes, I already have the entire flowchart done. I have an intro. I have the first couple of episodes prepared. You can veer it off course as much as you want. I have a few things to kind of try and drag you back into it, or some extra content for you to go explore. But as we start, that flowchart is enough to help me kind of gauge interest. And if we get a couple of players and they're committed for several episodes and they don't want it to be too long, we'll have to pick and choose depending on how much fun we're having. If we want to have a short story, if we want to go for numerous episodes and just have other players exit partway through, I think it's something we can kind of tackle as we go. And that's just the beauty of it too.
Yeah, well, that's something you mentioned that it's definitely more, I mean, not super, super enticing because you want everyone to enjoy the adventure altogether. But some people, they might run out of time, but they can commit to that one more episode where, hey, let's exit my character from the story. And it gives you time as the host to plan maybe a death, maybe it goes missing, some kind of fun spin.
Yeah, some little thing in there. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. And depending on who we get to join us, I might be able to share some notes and prepare some surprises beforehand as well. Because you're going to be the main character of this story. Everyone else gets to be a main character as well, technically speaking. But I am writing this specifically to toy with you.
Oh boy. I don't like this now. Put me in some predicaments. I can see it.
Mm-hmm. Elliot, you've played a little bit of D&D in the past, have you not? I know you joined me for a couple of games.
Yes, you hosted one a long, long time ago, and we didn't get very far in that campaign. That was like within the first year I met you, I think. And then you and me did one not too long ago, I think like 2 years ago, and there was a good chunk of us, but then that just kind of fell off the map.
Yeah, we were both players in that last one. And the first one I tried DMing, I had you, but not a lot of others were committed to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but now, you've been in one this past year. You've been deep into one consistently, which is super cool. So now you get to really flex your skills as a host.
I've been playing D&D every Sunday for the past year. Mm-hmm. Like, it's been pretty wild. And I'm being curious, able to...
Has anyone died yet? Or has anyone been, like, working good together?
Over the past year, I've got one of my close friends DMing for us, and he's pretty easygoing in the setting that we're playing in. We're just playing through Tomb of Annihilation, which is probably one of the most hardcore campaigns. But he's got our characters set up kind of Dark Souls style with a little bit of a curse on us. So if we die, we can come back to life and rejoin the adventure. If it comes down to it, we're all prepared to make backup characters. That's usually how D&D works. Mm-hmm. Speaking of backup characters, though, for our campaign, I don't think there's going to be a lot of backup characters involved. If you actually die off in my story, it's going to be a terrible, terrible ending to the show.
That's what I was going to ask. I was afraid, like, probably no respawns. I'm going to do my best not to die. I'm going to do my best not to make you pull your hair out and deviate too much.
There will be life-threatening situations. There'll be ways out of them. But there's going to be plenty of moments where if you are absolutely dumb, you're going to die. Mm-hmm. And then I'll probably have to try and pull something out of my butt to make you a backup character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. There is this reminds me of a game that came out called The Quarry. Have you played it at all lately?
It sounds familiar, but no, I have not.
If you haven't played it, are you okay with a brief spoiler? Not much.
Yeah,
of a spoiler,
absolutely.
Okay, if you haven't played it, you want any spoilers, cover your ears right now if you're listening. But 3, 2, 1. Let's get into it. So it involves werewolves, and it's very much like an Until Dawn game. It's made by the same company, Supermassive Games, I believe. But you make choices, different dialogue, different outcomes, and I like it because it's very reminiscent of like D&D, so to speak. I mean, you're not leveling up and you're not gaining different equipment and that sort of stuff, but the decision making is a huge factor, and it's not based on luck by rolling a die, but it has similarities and components, and that's what I'm really excited for with this campaign, is because experiencing that the Quarry title, where it was like, hey, werewolves and at camp and out in the woods, having that transition here with Bigfoot, and as you said, we're not limited to just Bigfoot, other cryptids, other components, life-threatening encounters. I'm really, really looking forward to exploring that. And I think you're right. I think it'll make for a really good audible experience where people will be able to follow along with this story that you've created. And I mean, you've created it from like beginning to end now, right? Or are you still working on the finale?
I've got the flow chart done with all the main notes. So in bullet point form, I have it complete. In actual written out, if player goes here, this happens, this is what we talk about and do, and these are the things. I've probably got a couple episodes worth of content prepared.
Right. Cool. Well, I look forward to it.
Definitely got a lot of blocks and stats and things prepared for you to fight and do. I've found a really good way to incorporate combat into this, because obviously there's going to be Bigfoot in some form. You're probably not going to want to fight a Bigfoot with no pre-existing knowledge of what you'll have access to here. But there are little things. I've got deer, wolves, bears, bats. They're not going to be completely random. They're not going to be tossed in there just so you have something to fight. Combat won't be the main focus of this campaign, but it will pop up here and there. Especially if you decide to go out of your way to fight something, then we will be using combat rules and initiative and stuff.
I'm just so excited. I mean, I've already said it, but I'm going to say it one more time. The energy and the time you're spending to create this, I'm amazed that this isn't something available out there already. Maybe it is. Maybe someone else has made something like this, but this is brilliant, and I can't wait to immerse into this world. So,
my main inspiration for starting this was not only wanting to DM a campaign, but because I was just curious and looking through monster manuals and homebrew content, and I found a stat block for Sasquatch. And I was like, whoa, this exists. This is a thing. This is super neat.
That's all you needed.
I'll read you one thing. This is just stat-wise. This is a little bit, it's not spoilery, but it's very D&D rules sounding. On the Sasquatch stat block, it has boreal camouflage. The Sasquatch has advantage on dexterity stealth checks made to hide in wooded terrain.
Ooh, I like that.
And there's a lot of these little things. I've got several stat blocks for big things prepared, so it's not all going to be just one particular baddie, although I don't want to get too deep into it. I've got a few other ideas I haven't quite incorporated yet. I am going to use the rules for firearms, so you actually have some real life weapons to possibly find and use as well.
Oh, this just sounds so amazing. I can't wait. Holy
Honestly,
crap.
I'm excited. I was like so ready. If we could to just prepare something and record as soon as possible, I am super hyped for this.
Well, I don't see it being far off now when that first episode will drop on the main feeds. So definitely keep your eyes and ears open for when that drops. We'll make sure that you know on our social media channels and stuff. But is there anything else you wanted to add, Reuben, before we close out this little celebration 50th episode?
No, that's pretty much everything I had prepared. I was already just pulling stuff out of my butt, just like I would be if we were playing D&D.
Well, I won't put you in too much of a predicament deviating or whatnot. I'm sure if you wrote me back into the main story, I'll easily come back because I don't want to die. I don't want to do anything.
It's D&D.
Perilous.
You'll find a way to not do something within my notes, and I'll just be like, okay, well, I guess you're going to go do this now.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into this awesome 50th special trivia D&D discussion episode of Cryptid Clues. We'll be back with more episodes again Friday, Monday, and again, content on our Patreon, ad-free early episodes there, social media channels, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, our website, CryptidClues.ca, and if you want to say hi or send us an email, CryptidClues@gmail.com. Until next time, Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.